G'day guys, Curly here from the Quad Skate channel on the Quad Skate maintenance section. I've got a new setup. So I've set up a different setup now. I've got an overhead camera and a face-to-face camera, so you can see my beautiful face and my overhead view of what I'm doing. So I can swap between the two, and hopefully that makes a bit of an improvement. I've changed location to a workshop, shed, whatever. A bit of lighting, extra lighting, nothing fancy. But yeah, I'm just trying something different, and hope you like my new intro, my new title. Please subscribe down below where you can. Like I said, I don't make any money out of these videos. I do them purely for fun. And just disclaimer that pretty much all my videos are based on speed skates, not artistic. So rink skates, but basically no heels, flat boots. Anyway, explain that as I go along. Nothing fancy. And like that, these are done for fun. Don't take them too seriously. Like I said, they're roller skates. They're not rocket ships. They're not Formula One racing cars. They're just roller skates. So don't get too pent up or crazy. Saying that, I like to do stuff right, and I like nice equipment. Okay? All right, guys, let's get into it. Like I said, as you probably saw my precursor before, there is a this is going to be a series of videos on refurbishing of these skates, which I was given to by a friend and asked to refurbish. They're about 35, 40 years old set of skates. They're a set of Altamira boots, a set of Star Master plates, a set of SLT huggers, so super light huggers, and I think the bearings are NTM bearings. So the series is going to go, as I said, in case someone didn't see that, I'm going to refurbish the boots. I'm going to refurbish the plates. I'm going to clean up the wheels, clean the bearings. I'm going to remount the skate so it's about maybe a centimetre or a centimetre and a half back from where it is now. And we'll see how we go. So what I'm going to do today is going to go through just the dismantling of taking apart all the components of the skate. And we'll just go through that process. Nothing too exciting today, but we'll see how we go. We've got to make sure I look at the camera, at the red dot. So I'm looking at you, not to the side. It's all a learning process. It's hard not to watch yourself. But anyway, waffling on, as I usually do. So let's get into it. Let's get into the dismantling of the plate. I've got a few tools here, around about here. And hopefully I can keep it inside the frame of the picture. I've got a nice black tape so you can stay in. So this is the part one of the, I'm going to call it the Owl Skate Refurbish. The person I'm refurbishing, her name's Alison. So this is the Owls Skate Refurbish part one. Let's get into it one step at a time. All right, so I'm just going to move these tools a little bit out of the way because I don't really need those at the moment. Those over there, put one skate over there. And the first thing we're going to do is just take the wheels off. So these are clip axles. For those of you who don't know, clip axles, they've been around for, oh God, probably exactly, I'm not sure exactly how long they've been around, probably about 40 years, maybe even more. I've always skated with clip axles. I know a lot of the guys in the US, a lot of people still haven't seen them, haven't used them. But I do have another video on clip axles on the channel. I know people worry about them unclipping, but I've never had a problem. Anyway, that's a whole different story. So let's get here. So all we've got to do is unclip the clips, pull off the wheel. Let's place it to the side. Place that to the side. Turn it over. I'll just flip those down so we don't see. Unclip. Unclip. Sometimes they get a little bit thin. That one's got a bit of a washer, which is the wrong size washer. So I'll go into that later. There we go. It comes off. And put that washer over there. Just going to put the wheels to the side for now because we don't need those at the moment. Get onto the second plate. Unclip. Unclip. You can see how quick it is to unclip wheels and get them off. That's the beauty of clip axles, especially if you were like racing in the day, you had to go out and you had to try all different sets of wheels out. It was really easy to swap your wheels out nice and quickly to try out different combinations of wheels or different types of wheels depending on the track. All right, we've got our wheels off. The wheels are set to the side. We'll sort those out later. I do have a bearing press coming, so I'm not going to touch the wheels at this moment until I get my bearing press. Just I can get them out a different way, but I don't really want to damage. These aren't my wheels or bearings. So I don't really want to go down that road. Okay, so we've got our, basically now we have our plate and boot, no wheels on it, clips are up, so they're fine. Now, next thing I'll do is I will probably just take off the actual trucks here. And what I'll do is I'll go through the video. I'll say what tools I'm using and hopefully what size of tool I'm using. Now, because I come from Australia, they'll be in metric. Where I can, I'll try and convert that to the imperial system, imperial or the American system, or whichever way you want to call it. So first thing we're going to need is a 17 mil quite thin wrench to undo the, and I'll describe the parts of skates as well as I go along in case people don't know as well. So what we've got here is these type are a normal kingpin. So therefore we have to untight or loosen the lock nut, which is the lock nut is just between the base plate and the cushion. You can see that nut there. That's called the lock nut. And the kingpin runs down through there into the plate. So first thing we do is loosen the lock nut. Now these haven't been undone for about 30 years, so they might need a bit of a oomph to them to get them undone. So yeah, I might have to actually get a bit of a hammer here just to get a bit more leverage. So yes, these are quite tight. So I'm just going to give that a bit of there we go. That's loosened it now. All right. So they're very, very tight. Actually, I didn't loosen it. So I'm just going to get a different spanner. So bear with me. Okay. As they say, the sure way to stuff something up is film it. So after much swearing and a little bit of hammering and a little bit of filing, I managed to get the kingpin lock nut loosened. What I had to do was I found as close as possible. It was actually a 5/16 wrench, old wrench I had here. I had to actually file down in here a little bit to fit the kingpin lock nut exactly in there. So you can see before the one I was using, I'll put that aside, the 17 mil, if you can see that there, it wasn't quite fitting properly. So therefore it was just starting to round. Wasn't quite doing it properly. I'll get that nice and close there. Let's see how close I can get. So you can see, yeah, okay, you can see there that wasn't quite right. It was a little bit off. Okay, see that gap there? So I did filed one down, and now it's a much tighter fit. So what I did now is I pre-loosened these a bit. So I cheated to a certain extent. Now, right, so let's get back to it. So what we do is just loosen the lock nut off, and we get our 5 mil Allen key. 5 mil is what this one uses. This into the now some kingpins don't always have an Allen key. They might just have a hex head, and then you can just use a normal spanner. A shift is okay because you lose a shift, you can get in there. Okay. So at the moment, this one's got a 5 mil Allen key slot head, and so this just goes in, and this is counterclockwise, undo. It loosens the kingpin, and then we can just get out of there. Oh, bang! So what I'll do is I might see if I can replace those. I'll give them a clean up. They're a little bit rounded. I did stuff up round a little bit. Hey, it happens. Okay, nothing's going to be perfect. No one is perfect. So everyone gets on here and goes, "I'm perfect." They're not. Okay, you can't be perfect. There's always going to be mishaps. There's always going to be problems. It's Murphy's Law. Things are going to stuff up. Tell you what, working computers, Murphy's Law is a whole new thing. So less tools, you can file down a tool quickly. All right, so we got the truck and kingpin undone and from one plate. I'm going to put that to the side. Do the other one. I said, with my newly modified tool, new from Gatel, modified tool, available nowhere. So, loosen the kingpin. I said, slots in, goes in, into the, between the, so once again, the lock nut is between the plate and the truck. It's called the lock nut, or the kingpin lock nut. Now, not every plate has this either. Some have reverse kingpins, but that's for another video. Okay, we loosen the kingpin lock nut and use our 5mm Allen key and undo kingpin. I'll try not to bash it this time. Put my thumb there. Yeah, put my thumb there. Makes it very easier. All right. Undo that. We remove. And we do the same for the other side. This is exciting stuff. This is a Sunday morning over here. It's raining. We're still in COVID lockdown. Today's the 11th, I think. Sunday the 11th of July. And I'm doing this. I just came in to use my workshop to thing. Okay, so once again, we use the 5mm Allen key. Undo. My thumb there so it doesn't fall off. Okay, so here we go. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks, 2 plates with boots still attached. So next thing I'm doing is going to take the plates off. So I'll just move these trucks out of the way. I'll move these trucks out of the way so I can get to them later, disassemble those. But first thing I want to do is just get the plate off. So the 4 trucks over there. Now these are mounted, which are normal standard screws. If I open this up, take out the thing, you can see in there, if I can get in close enough, they're just mounted with normal screws and bolts and nuts. So bolts and nuts. So I'm going to take these nuts off. Hopefully they won't give me trouble, but now I've said that, of course they will. So I have one I prepared earlier, a wrench with an appropriate head, which is a 7mm. So I found out this was a 7mm, and just going to loosen off put my thumb on the screw. Hopefully I won't need any more leverage, but I might put a screwdriver in there. And we just undo. Oops, get it the right way. We're just undoing that. Undo the nut. Get rid of that. The nut, washer, they can all go in the bin because I'm not going to be using this. Like I said, I'm going to do a T-nut mount on these because I prefer T-nut mount. It's so much neater, so much cleaner. It's beautiful, mate. Beautiful. All right, so I've got 2 undone. So far, so good. Oh, this one feels like it might be a different size. Of course it is. It's a different size nut. I've just got the shifter on the nut and just using the slot head screw to undo. I think that's done now. There we go. It's off. And hopefully the other side is back to the 7mm. There we go. Got to keep that in camera. Terrible at doing this sometimes. Sometimes you get so caught up in doing it. And the last one, right at the front. Undo the 7mm nut. Yeah, I really got to learn to look between what I'm doing on which camera. So, all right, so there we go. The plate is off. So what do we have on the bottom of the boot? Okay, well, as we said, it is a, see if you can read that. Oh, okay, there it is. I'll show that there. It says, made by Altamira Sporting Footwear. Hang on. Let me just clean it off a bit. All right, these are made by Altamira Sporting Footwear Proprietary Limited, distributed by Skating Rink Suppliers Proprietary Limited, Victoria. So these were made by Tommy Altamira down in Melbourne, like I said, probably about 35 years ago. Tommy Altamira was the beautiful boot maker from Australia. Made beautiful, beautiful, beautiful boots. So there you go. proving these are actually Altimeras. They don't have the style. So there you go. Made by Altamira. Beautiful. Sorry, just reminiscing. All right, so we get these screws out. Let's give them a tap out. Well, after that initial hiccup, I suppose it's going not too bad now, but of course I might have spoken too soon and jinxed myself. So, like I said, I hope this series of videos is going to be exciting for some of you out there. I mean, like I said, it's nothing too exciting, but a lot of people haven't seen this. I mean, I know a lot of the people, especially from people who aren't in Australia or never mounted skates for themselves, haven't actually seen the process or even seen inside an old Altamira boot like this or even seen some of these plates. I know that NTS plates such as these aren't very common in countries like the United States. I know I say United States a lot. It's because realistically, the majority of people on the or the different channels on Facebook, probably 90% of them are Americans. All right, so there you go. One boot totally off. Put that to the side. The second one, once again, we just undo these. Looks like these are all the same size, and looks like they all. The person who did these mounted up, they actually filed off the end of the nuts properly. So that's good. They didn't leave hanging groovy bits on there, which catches the nuts they can't undo. So that's good. All right. So the video's probably gone a lot longer than I thought it was. So far I filmed about 23, 24 minutes. Of course, you won't see all that because half that was me filing down, swearing, cursing, swearing, getting the spanner right to take the kingpin under. All right, so that's done. Those ones are off. That's the second plate off. There's a little rubbish bin on the other side of the cable here. So like I said, these are going to be T-nut mounted. What I'll do is I will fill the holes in as part of the refurbish of the boot. I use a thing called JB Wells, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. Of course, I did have a bloody tube, and I don't know where it's gone. Of course, went to my local hardware store the other day, couldn't find it. So I don't know if they're not carrying it anymore. I might have to order some online, get some in, because I like the JB Weld. It's nice, hard filler stuff, so it's good. I like it. But I'll see if I can get some. If not, I'll just have to use something similar, equivalent to it. I'm sure there is. So if anyone out there have an idea what to use, I said, I'm open to suggestions about anything. I mean, like I said, I don't know it all. No one knows it all, okay? Some people claim they do know it all, but you can always learn, especially when it comes to, well, anything. Every time I do a video, I learn a different way of doing video editing. Every time I do a set of skates, I learn something new, a shortcut, or I get tips from people that help me, or criticism, which helps me. I don't mind constructive criticism. That's good. And look, I'm sure I fall into the trap sometimes of being a dickhead. So I'm not beyond being a dick. Who is? All right, so these are almost all out. And not long now, this video will be over and you can go back to your lives. Okay, so that's all done. Two more, three ones. So I bought a lot of the stuff. I bought some dubbin, which is a leather reconditioner. I'll show you all that. I'm going to show you everything I'm using. I'll show you what I'm using as I go through the process of doing all this stuff. So if it helps one person, if it saves one person, it has been worth it. Okay, but okay. Of course, last one's going to be a little bugger. All right, so we have now both boots off. We have both plates off. We have 4 trucks off. So pretty much that is undone. What I'll do is I'll just put these to the side again, get the trucks back out. I'll just undo dismantle all the trucks. There, and with the trucks, just a matter of removing the cushions, which are rock hard, so they'll be replaced. They'll be. I'm just going to put the kingpin back together. I'll check the kingpin face, so it'll give me everything to clean up. Right, so that's 1. And 2. And the last one. Now these are very, also the cup washers on these, on the Star Masters, you'll find that they're very, especially the bottom one, it's very thick. Got quite thick. So you make sure you get that right. But the good thing about this, because the cup washers are interchangeable, well, not so interchangeable, but you can put other cup washers in. Thinner ones you can quite use different size cushions. These are actually really quite thick. You can't really see it at the moment, but you can see in there, they're a very thick washer. So instead, if you change that to a different size washer, if you had a longer, say you had a higher or a taller bottom cushion, and it's going to throw the geometry out, you can put a thinner washer in it, thinner cup washer in there, because they're about probably, I'll have to measure it up exactly, it looks like probably about almost 4 mil, 5 mil. So it's actually quite thick. All right, so once again, we'll go into that sort of stuff later. Today is just dismantling of the stuff. All right, so there we go. We have now just to reiterate, we now have our 4 kingpins with lock nuts, 4 trucks. Yeah, okay, sorry. 4 trucks, 4 kingpins, old cushions, which are crap. 1, 2, 3, 4 bottom cup washers, cushion washers. 4 top ones, 2 boots, and the 2 plates. All right, guys, that's the dismantling process. Now, what I'm going to do is there'll be a series where I go through the boots, the plates, the cup, also go through refurbishing the boots, cleaning up, polishing up the plates, polishing up, cleaning up the trucks, polishing, cleaning up the kingpins, and the washers, and so forth, replacing the old crappy cushions, T-nut mounting it, cleaning the wheels. Not sure if I'll do a bearing clean one. Like I said, I've already done one of those. Cleaning bearings up, getting those. But once we're going to wait for my stuff from Rahul, my shipment, I think that last thing was in Singapore, just left Singapore. I'm getting it on the 22nd of July. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll do an unboxing for that as well. Old washers there. I'll get some new washers. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. That's the dismantling process on the Owl Refurbish. So I hope you enjoyed that. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So the best laid plans of mice and men. But now I have a special Star Master tool. So that's good. I'll keep that aside, or I'll give that to Owl. I'll make sure I get one, make up for Owl so she's got a proper kingpin lock nut spanner so she doesn't round her nuts out. You sound a bit rude. She hasn't got any nuts. Oh, don't go there. Oh, beep. All right, guys. Love yous all. Curly from the Quad Skate channel out with part 1 of the Owl Skate Refurbish. Take it easy. Stay safe. Love yous all. Over and out.